Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing this evening? This video is going to be more fun than it sounds, but we do have a major warning. Starting May 13th, 2020 through June 25th, when Venus goes retrograde. Hey, look, Wonder Girl's mentioned. Because I checked the last time Venus goes retrograde every year and a half. And the last time Venus went retrograde, we had Hurricane Michael and the 8.2 earthquake in Mexico that cracked the ground. And so that's a couple months away. We have a Mercury retrograde before then. And so if you don't believe in planets affecting other planets, then I don't know what to do with you. I don't know why you're here. Because I believe with all the gas giants on the same side, we are going to see more earthquakes and volcanoes. But at this point, by doing even all the research I've done, and I've noted that all the major American earthquakes and volcano eruptions have happened when all the gas giants on the same side, it still seems like the activity might be a little more than I'd even guesstimated. And it's going to peak probably at the end of this year and will continue for the next 3 to 5 years. Okay, so this is us looking at the 13th. And so, yeah, when Venus is going to start going backwards to us. So I'm just saying, we got time to prepare, but that is our next big major watch, and it's a couple months away. So hallelujah. Let's enjoy this now. We're taking a look at the storm that is happening over the United States right now. You're getting some heavy rain in these states, and then you're getting snowy blizzard type conditions in those states. The Pacific Northwest just continues to get pounded. Holy crap. That's going to be a big problem. It hasn't showed up on the models yet as a big problem, but unless all that gets super sucked up into the Aleutian Islands, that is going to end up in Canada and the West Coast, I would imagine. Holy crap, that's big. And we had a 6.2 earthquake in the Aleutian Island chain here last night when I was on guard duty, late night guard duty. We're getting some rain in Australia, which is good. We've got something heading towards Madagascar. Hey, look at me. Planetary Defense Commander's actually checking out the whole world. I'm proud of myself. It's Dark Moon Day, so I'm in a weird mood. Happens once a month. It's like my own. Insert those 3 letters. I don't want to offend anybody. PMS, I said it. Okay. And you're getting some heavy rain into South America. And I got to warn you, dude, I've gone 3 days now without having a crush on anyone in the world. That was a new record for me. Yay, 2020. We're now checking out the 48-hour QPC. And as you can see, the storm rolling up and into the northeast, including the Yankees and the Canadians. Then you get your next storms. Just look, that's 48 hours of just moisture in Washington, BC, Oregon, and the north part of California. So it's already causing problems. It's going to continue to cause problems, and then we'll watch as that next storm comes in. So this will be one of those situations where we have the 2 moisture fields combining, and we'll have to keep checking it out. Okay, are you ready? Asteroid Fight Club, here we go. If fear-mongering was my thing, man, I could have fear-mongered the heck out of the 12Z GFS today. It had a 968 millibar low hitting New York. And I think it might even go to 945. I don't know. But I have a theory that which humbled me last hurricane season, we have an atmospheric defense team. And I think that is the case, although it's best to prepare for things. But I think they separate the low from the moisture. See, low moisture, which doesn't allow it to really ramp up, but we won't know for sure until this hurricane season. The main major concern now is volcanoes, earthquakes, and lack of any major plan by any government in the world. Philippine volcano spews thick steam as magma buildup feared. Stu Ostro dropping it like it's hot, trying to avoid any type of ostrich jokes. Okay, whatever. My wild evolution in the past week. A swirling system ahead of an L storm 2020 got trapped by the ridge to its north, which was pumped up ahead of the storm, then became a retrograding cutoff low with stormy weather in Spain. And now a new cyclone to the northwest, and the black hole is in the core. So, I mean, we still have atmospheric instability for sure. I could be wrong about the atmospheric defensive team. But, we have not been hit with any super mega major storms in a while. So that is good news for the USA, but not necessarily good news for the other places. Ryan Haas storm approaching Bermuda. The storm that helped funnel cold into Florida air was really blown up over the past couple of days. Interesting little low in the eastern Atlantic. Cutoff lows are some of my favorite weather phenomenon to watch on the satellite. Just look at that moisture conveyor belt and that upper low. So yeah, I'm your planetary defense commander. I had two Air Force fathers. And remember, I believe that there are good men and women in the military who work for our defense, and that there are people out there trying to protect the public. You have to believe that. So I believe chemtrails are real, but they're there for solar radiation management, as the sun is doing only God knows what. Major polar stratospheric cloud warning. And also, I definitely think there's some mythological, dimensional, just biblical shit going on. And I will say this, though I don't think we're going into a grand solar minimum. You're free to believe whatever you want to. We have been in a pretty deep solar minimum, and that during that time where Earth gets a constant stream of solar wind almost, the energy goes in through the auroras, into the core. Our little core is like a mini star, and that grows the planet. So due to the solar minimum, yeah, we're seeing more earthquakes, volcano activity, combined with the gas giants on the same side. It's all pretty explainable if you throw away carbon science. And I'm not totally taking away carbon science. I think it's a little bit of everything. I'm just saying, having all of scientists focused only on carbon the last 20 years hasn't really helped out a lot. We put like 2 Buffalo nickels towards earthquake and volcano science, which is really annoying. As your planetary defense commander, I don't recommend that. And I don't want to brag. It's not bragging. I'm just saying the whole Venus warning. Well, remember when I spent the whole year warning everybody from the whole December 15th to January 15th? That worked. I nailed that thing like 100%. So I'm just saying, we got 3 or 4 months to prepare. I do think the world will become a better place eventually. I think the next 6 months are going to be pretty sketchy. I think the media and political corporate crap is going to do everything they can to divide and conquer us and just keep us distracted from working together and saying, hey, why don't we improve infrastructure? Hey, why is the medical industry allowed to pretty much kill us if they can't make more money off us? Hey, why are we fighting stupid ass wars that have been ongoing in the Middle East for 2,000 years? Hey, anyway, it's a dark moon day. I only get like this like once a month or twice a month. Who knows? Yeah, we were watching the models because that makes people happy. And we were watching Lowe's trend. I got to include Southern Florida in there. Man, that falling from the sky iguana story. And then they were selling iguana meat. I don't know, dude. I'm a chicken, beef, or pig guy. I'll eat shrimp or lobster, but I haven't had that kind of money in years. But I'm saying, people are judging people in China for eating bats. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. We eat frogs and alligator. I don't like anything gamey. All right. So we're looking at the models. I'm just all over the place. All right, let us do the restart. But if you'll notice, look at that. Atmospheric rivers, Washington, you're going to be in big problems, I think, within a month or two. Same thing with possibly Oregon. It's almost season where I start watching the California dams, where the California dams get to like maximum height and then Nestle drains it all. It rebottles it and sells it to you for like $4 a bottle. Man, I'm old enough to remember when you could drink out of the faucet or the hose and the water was delicious. Some happy moments came from just drinking out of the hose, man, as a kid and a teenager, just being like, oh my God, this water's so good. and you drink so much water you get sick. Remember those days? But yeah, we'll be watching the South. The South will continue to get moisture. But the storms have pretty much been on par with what the models have been predicting, which is a definite trend before last hurricane season where most of the storms overperformed the models. Although, definitely the West Coast is going to continue to get pounded. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I came up with something cool the other day. If you'll notice, this actually goes almost straight over to the Philippines volcano. And if you connect Puerto Rico to where the Aleutian Island volcano eruption was, it goes through South California, which I found interesting. Now, remember, I think we're going to have a really floody spring. But as of now, the people under the gun are Europe, as far as who's going to get the brunt of the wave after wave pattern. Like Newfoundland got like 8 to 12 feet of snow. And like and Spain got 50-foot waves. But I think, there's a chance somewhere around the end of the month, I think we will get that storm right there that passes over Florida. Models have shown a storm to be big at the end of the month, but I don't think it's going to be anything super major, although we will see. But the storms can, they show up early in the models as being bad, and then they zap them in the atmosphere, I think. But who knows? Yeah, definitely. But look at that thing over Spain. Oh, yeah, so like I said, the Venus earthquake scenario, and then the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction around the election and Halloween. We're definitely going to be on watch for earthquakey crap. You know what I'm saying? This is the latest model run, hot off the presses, so much so that it isn't finished out. But not only is the West continuing to get pounded, something I think is interesting, if you'll notice all the moisture that hangs around South Texas and Mexico, that's concerning because the Popocatépetl volcano in Mexico has been going off like nonstop for a year and a month. And I definitely think one of the storms around Florida has a chance to be bad, but models have been downplaying it. So, hey, let's check in with our residential absolute expert, the king of weather Twitter, the best weatherman on the planet, Cranky Weather Guy himself. Quick look around at some interesting features, a peek at our storm system, snow, ice, interior, elevated forecast, populating. We're talking about an Arctic jet, well-retreated zonal mid-Pacific flow takes over lead, can't get over the cyclone, 992 millibar, are we sure? You can never trust government numbers. Such flat, large, elongated cells all around this winter. Pacific is a mess with a blend of lazy, split zonal features. Chaos exhausted anew. Imbalance remains, however. Support lifting up and away, awaiting return response. 24-hour temperature change. Rather meager. So lazy we can't even do warm spells properly. Watching the cold high start to get involved. Interior elevated north. The tail end of this visit of Arctic cold is departing. We're in a mild zone and tap is minor. But look, as we're in this Game of Thrones story of fire and ice between the cold and the hot as they battle it out. And the mother of dragons blocks me from her hidden account on Twitter. Yeah, I don't think any of the famous chicks like me anymore. Weird. Cranky's cool, though. Statements starting to populate. So how's everybody doing tonight? What are you wearing? Man, I miss having crushes. I miss having optimism about romance. Yeah, I guess I'm a little out of it. Yeah, it is a great looking feature. Great looking feature. Incredible downstream reaction. Warm air aloft. Unfortunately, much more like a late March upper level mixed variety system than a January. Surface low starting to get it together finally. Please follow your local statements. Surface low starting to get together finally. I already said that. Rather lazy secondary low attempt here. Man, they're just zapping those lows. And I'm all for great defense, man. No point in time do I want to lose a bunch of people. I love all you, whether it be Republican, Democrat. You know, sometimes you guys may get on my nerves, but I'm sure I get on y'all's nerves. That's how relationships work. Our system is producing intense downstream ridging, itself embedded in just a cool environment. And it's been cool in Houston today. I like coolness. Have you guys seen Venus? Venus is gorgeous. She's up in the sky. She's all bright and shiny. I definitely think Venus has a major impact on our atmosphere and our planet. Poorly structured storm, quite elongated, because they definitely get more nasty if they get a negative tilt trough. You know what I'm saying? Kick is coming in. Trough will push onto the side in an elongated, broad, lazy construct. Frequent this year. Yeah, so, it's THORnews. You don't come here for doom. Western Canada pooled. Then it is released. Yeah, Alaska's getting the heat. Wait, no, Alaska's getting the cold this year. Whereas last year they were super hot. Now they're super cold. And hey, guess what? They have an erupting volcano. Now, it's weird how there's a relationship between fire and ice, electricity, and volcanoes. But definitely West Coast, if I haven't said I'm concerned about the north part of it, then I'll say it again. But I'll try and return back to my game. I love you guys. Everybody stay cool. And check out Cranky's blog if you want to. I'll leave a link for you in the information box. It's crazy, man. 2020, what a year. Can you believe it? We're only 23 days into 2020. It's like, it's a whole new level of roller coaster. And I super appreciate you guys. I love you, Asteroid Fight Club. Really, I do. There's no way I would be doing this. Although with, with the craziness of a world, I'm chomping at the bit to get out of the foxhole, but I definitely feel safe here. Look at those blips and glicks. So yeah, I will stay on top of it. We will continue to watch out. And hopefully I will get back in my game. Inspire me if you can. Motivate me if you can. Because my edited videos are the best. Okay, everybody stay cool. I love you. I appreciate you. Look at that crazy stuff. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.